Fox 5 News at noon starts right now.
A constant barrage of Russian artillery shows no signs of slowing down in Ukraine. We'll have the latest on the crisis. But first,
he is not a very nice man. He's a very bad person, and we need to get him off the streets.
An urgent search is underway for this man, Juan Escalante Alarcon. Forsyth County deputies believe he's responsible for a deadly triple shooting that killed 2 adults and wounded a juvenile. Hello and welcome to Fox 5 News at noon. I'm Claire Sims in for Portia Bruner. Detectives tell us that shooting happened this morning at a house on Tidwell Circle. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes joins us live from Forsyth County. And Deidre, detectives consider this man armed and dangerous.
Still a very active scene here, Portia. The site of a deadly triple shooting at this residence here on Tidwell Circle at around 5 o'clock this morning. Police still gathering their evidence at this hour. This occurring just outside of Alpharetta city limits in Forsyth County. The Forsyth County Sheriff's Office on scene, as well as other investigators gathering evidence here. Just a short time ago, we did learn some new information. The Sheriff's Office releasing the identities of 2 of those shot. The 2 men killed here, 21-year-old Giovanni Cruz and 35-year-old Ivan Cordero. We are told that they were related, that they're cousins. Also within the past half hour, family members have arrived on scene, very emotional. The father and brother of one of the victims. Now the search does continue at this hour for the suspect, Juan Escalante Alarcon of Norcross, 34 years old. Warrants out for him for his arrest. Already he was charged with home invasion, aggravated assault, and first-degree cruelty to children before sheriff's investigators say he arrived here this morning and unleashed that deadly fury, shooting and killing 2 individuals and wounding a 17-year-old. We spoke with sheriff's officials a short time ago as they updated us on exactly what happened here.
In early February, he conducted a home invasion at the same location. So he has multiple charges. We've been looking for him since February 11th and have used our federal partners, have not been able to locate him, had several extra patrols here in the area. Unfortunately, he came and did what he wanted to do back in February. So we're looking for him. So anybody that has any information about him, they need to call us right away. He's considered armed and dangerous.
Now, we were told also that the suspect police are looking for had been deported twice and was in this country illegally. We are told that he could be anywhere. An active manhunt for him underway at this hour. That's the latest here in Forsyth County. I'm Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.
Thanks, Deidre. We know you'll keep us updated. The GBI will take the lead in a deadly shooting investigation where Ackworth officers shot and killed a man who they say charged at them with knives. Police responded to a burglary call Wednesday night at a house on Lake Park Ridge West. That's where officers found Gabriel Rao in the garage. Detectives tell us officers shot at Rao when he advanced on them with weapons. Medics rushed him to the hospital where he died. The first of 2 pretrial hearings for the man charged in connection to the death and disappearance of Tara Grinstead continues today with testimony from a GBI agent. Grinstead was the South Georgia beauty queen and Osceola High School teacher who vanished in October of 2005 in Irwin County. Prosecutors have charged Ryan Duke with Grinstead's murder. After a written confession before his February 2017 arrest, Duke is now pleading not guilty to malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, burglary, and concealing a death. Jury selection is scheduled for May 2nd. New at noon, a youth minister is one of 7 people arrested on child pornography charges. Floyd County Police say it's part of a sting called Operation Spring Cleaning. Fox 5's Patty Pan joins us live from Floyd County with details on how officers pulled off this operation. Patty?
Yeah, Claire, the 2-day operation, authorities say, was aimed at purging this community of child pornography. Authorities arrested 7 individuals, including a juvenile. Among those that they picked up was a youth minister who actually lived in this building you see behind me. I do want to mention that authorities also Say they were able to rescue a juvenile in this case who at the time was living with this youth minister. Investigators visited 21 locations over 2 days and confiscated stacks of devices, everything from phones, computers, gaming systems to storage devices. 7 people, as we've said, were arrested, including 1 juvenile. This all started with tips from the GBI. Police say they found graphic images depicting sex acts with children between 2 and 12 years old. As we've said, among those arrested, 25-year-old Austin Perkins, a youth minister who we're told worked at Grace Fellowship Baptist Church. Authorities say the child they rescued was living with him, and he allegedly was coaching the child about how to act in the videos and engaging in acts of child molestation. Now, we did speak with Perkins's mother just a short time ago.
I don't believe it. I do not believe it. Not for a minute. He's done every activity with the church. He's lost jobs due to the church, of him having to help the kids and the church with everything. He's lost many jobs over it. I don't believe any of it.
Now, Perkins was not granted bond. He now is charged with 2 counts of sexual exploitation of a child and aggravated child molestation. Now, authorities do tell us there could be additional arrests in the coming days. We'll have more on this story coming up tonight at 4, 5, and 6. For now, we're reporting live here in Floyd County. I'm Patty Pan, Fox 5 News.
Thanks, Patty. The war in Ukraine has driven gas prices to record levels, but relief could soon be on the way for drivers in our state, at least a little bit. A state house committee is scheduled to discuss legislation this afternoon that would suspend the state's gas tax. This comes just a day after a subcommittee approved the bill. Officials estimate it will cost the state about $160 million per month. It still needs the approval of the full House and Senate. The measure would go into effect as soon as Governor Brian Kemp signs it and last through May 31st. Incredible video shows Russian tanks come under fire in the suburbs of Kyiv. Ukraine Defense Intelligence Services say Thursday's strikes caused significant losses in personnel and equipment. Officials say the attack also killed a Russian colonel. Vice President Kamala Harris is in Poland to meet with top officials and refugees. It's part of a diplomacy trip focusing on the growing humanitarian crisis fueled by the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has the details from Poland.
Vice President Kamala Harris was in Poland today, meeting with some of the Ukrainian refugees and promising more American aid.
We will give another $50 million, the United States will, through the UN's World Food Program, to assist with humanitarian aid.
Amid a dire humanitarian crisis, Vice President Kamala Harris thanking Poland for taking in 1.5 million refugees. Alongside the Polish President, Harris reaffirming America's commitment to defend NATO and its allies, a day after the U.S. rejected Poland's plan to provide fighter jets to Ukraine.
The United States is prepared to defend every inch of NATO territory.
The number of refugees crossing into neighboring countries topping 2.3 million. Once across the border, they face uncertainty. Some of the refugees who fled here to Krakow, Poland, just wanted to get out of the line of fire. Now they have nowhere to go, seeking shelter in places like this train station. Meanwhile, Russian troops continue their assault on Ukrainian civilians, including a deadly airstrike on a maternity ward and children's hospital in Mariupol.
We have lost 3 people, including 1 child, a girl. There are 17 wounded.
This as the official civilian death toll tops 500, according to the United Nations, renewing calls to hold Russia accountable.
It is obvious to us that in Ukraine, Russians are committing war crimes.
Vice President Harris will next head to Romania to meet with their president. In Krakow, Poland, Lauren Blanchard, Fox 5 News.
All right, across North Georgia right now, either you got sunshine or you got clouds. The clouds are hanging on pretty tough from Gainesville back down to Athens over toward Edenton. Some of the eastern suburbs seeing some cloud cover as well. But over Atlanta right now, we've got sunshine, and it's a absolutely beautiful start to the afternoon. 61 degrees right now. The dew point's at 46. Variable wind coming in at 3 miles an hour. And it looks like we're going to be seeing temperatures later on this afternoon climbing up to around 65. So really not too bad of a day today. But we've got showers, thunderstorms, and much colder air, which may even produce a few snow showers as we head into the weekend. I'll tell you more about that coming up in just a few minutes.
Today, Governor Brian Kemp officially qualified for re-election. The incumbent Republican filed the paperwork at the state capitol this morning. After he qualified, the governor held a news conference with supporters where he touted his accomplishments since he took office in 2018 and urged voters to bring him back for a second term.
We are not taking one single thing, one single vote for granted in this race. We are going to outwork anyone else that's in the race. That started a long time ago, but we have another commitment, a recommitment to do that again today.
Yesterday, former U.S. Senator David Perdue qualified to challenge Governor Kemp for the Republican nomination. Perdue told reporters he's the only person who can unite the Republican Party.
When I got in this, a lot of people that supported us, a lot of them in the political establishment said, David, you're going to divide the party. My answer to that is no, it's already divided. I didn't do that. Brian Kemp did that. And he's done nothing since then, since the election, to bring us together.
A Fox News poll released Tuesday has Governor Kemp leading Perdue by 11 points with 10% undecided. The primary is set for May 24th. The winner of that Republican primary will face Democrat Stacey Abrams in November. Attorneys for 4 men charged with planning to kidnap a governor make major accusations against the FBI. Coming up on Fox 5 News at noon, hear what those attorneys say federal agents did. And a bill that would have made it legal for people to touch their phones while at a complete stop dies at the Gold Dome. Stay with us to hear what a state senator says must happen for him to bring that bill back to life. But first,
we're really kind of newcomers to this whole concept. We didn't hear a lot about it.
4 areas of Cobb County could soon become their own cities, but neighbors want more information about how the changes would impact them. Next, we'll tell you about the answers they got at a town hall.